Thank you for listening to our Pretty Podcast. My name is Jim. I'll be your DM tonight.
My name is Lewis. I play Ritz, the Goblin Cleric.
Hi, my name is Heather. I play Lyra Nightshade, the Half-Elf Rogue.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I play Bramblespore the Gnome Druid.
Bramblespore? Or Aaron, do you remember what happened last time?
Yes. So the king decided that he wanted to give us some kind of a reward.
No. Okay, so I'm going to take over this. No? You all ended up at Celestia, and you were... Lyra was trying to investigate and got caught trying to steal stuff. Bramblespore talked to a hawk that turned out to be a druid that warned him after he found a bunch of dead druid bodies to get the hell out of the city and to leave and run the hell away. And when you got back, you tried to tell them that that's what we needed to do, is not go into the city. And as you were doing that, the little bunny musician dude decided he was going to drive the cart into the city, and you couldn't see anybody else that you came with, and you followed him into the city that the druids were ending up dead in for whatever reason. You went to a... Huh?
Mistakes were made.
Yep. You went into a tavern and tried to find everybody else, and everybody was giving Ritz a hard time, and just because he was a goblin. And a little dwarf man named Reginald Ironbeard showed up and was chit-chatting with you, Bramblespore, after you had all decided to barter for drinks with Karen Ironheart, the sister of Bryn Ironheart, and almost signed another big contract to become her mushroom dealer, until you said that you were going to not just immediately sign it and had to look it over, and she said never mind, she wants to speak to your manager. You turned around in a circle, said you were the manager, she yelled at you, asked for your manager, and that's when Ritz showed up and said he was a manager and convinced her that he was going to fire you, and she bought rounds of drinks for everybody in the bar. You gave a spicy mushroom to Reginald. He found Duty for you. You found out that you, for some reason, can't see Duty, and Duty can't see you. You tied a rope around Duty's wrist and your wrist, Bramblespore, and then somebody showed up, Stephen Elvendar, who is the royal consort for the House of Elvendar, which is a ruling family in Eldred. They showed up looking for the adventures of the Rusty Sword and asked if you were the Bramblespore, and you said, no, I'm Tim. Then he asked Duty where to find you, and Duty said he's right there on the other end of the rope, and they arrested you because it got too confusing, and that's where you ended up.
I mean, that sounds like a poor excuse to arrest someone.
But it was just Bramblespore arrested, right? Not the rest of us?
Well, you were all standing there. That was the moment we left, was when he said arrest them. So we don't know who was arrested yet. We are still in that moment as we go back into it.
The them was not clarified.
Yes, Duty is invisible or seemingly invisible, attached to the other end of a rope that's tied to Bramblespore's wrist, and said, oh yes. And you couldn't hear her. You just heard the other end of the conversation. And that's when Steven goes, arrest them. Who is them? You came with her? You can't see her either? She's right there. And him, the little one in the cloak? You don't know? All right. Who is with this one? And he points at Bramblespore.
Crickets, not me.
Okay, so I take it the rest of your party is not here, Bramblespore? Or Tim?
What party?
Are you here by yourself?
Yeah, I'm just a mushroom salesman.
Then why are you tied to her?
This dwarf tied me to her.
Sir, why would you tie him to her? Well, you see, he said he couldn't find her, and that he needed to find her, and him and his friends, those two over there, they said, wait, you mean they're all together? Well, I mean, I gotta assume they were walking around the bar together, but he wanted me to tie a rope to her because they were messing with me and acting like they couldn't see each other for some reason. Thank you. Arrest all of them.
I would like to reply in Goblin. I don't know the language you are speaking.
Are you a goblin, sir?
Wait, was I in disguise? I forgot.
Yeah, I think so. You might have been. You might not have been. You were just in the hood, and he's not looking too hard at you.
Okay, never mind. If I wasn't blatantly a goblin, no crap. What's around me right now?
People. Well, the people seem to have backed away from all of you.
What was the guy's name again? That's arresting us.
Stephen Elvendar.
Thank you.
To be clear, I'm not arresting you to press charges. I'm arresting you to figure it all out because the matter is of the utmost importance. Lead them this way. And he's going to turn around and start walking out. And Bramblespore, you're going to feel a tug on the rope. And it kind of feels like Duty is leading you in behind this guy and trying to follow him out the door.
I guess I'm going where I'm being tugged.
Yeah, I guess I'm following. Am I like tied up now?
No, nobody's tied up.
Oh.
There's
I
just
am.
guards kind of waiting at the door. You're not tied up. You just have a rope tied. You could stand and pull back. It's up to you.
I am much smaller than Duty.
That's true.
I'll follow Bramblespore. I'll figure this out as I go.
Ritz, are you going to go invisible or are you going to follow?
I'm gonna follow for now, keeping my head down.
Okay. So he's going to lead out the tavern. So you're back in that first little area where the bodies on the carts were, Bramblespore. And you are going to see a very ornate looking cart. Like if you watched the animated version of what is it, Cinderella? The one before it turned back into a pumpkin. Something crazy and ornate like that particular horse-drawn buggy.
All right.
And he's going to gesture in, and it seems like Duty gets in.
I guess I'm getting in because otherwise this is going to get real painful.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I guess so.
Okay. You all jump in and you go for a little cart ride as it takes you up through the city. You go through different layers of it seems like normal housing and then kind of a little bit upscale housing. And then as you keep climbing up, like I mentioned last time we played this particular session, the city itself seems like multiple large floating islands of forests in the sky. And you go from one to the next on little floating roadways. And you are moving closer and closer to a very large castle. And the buildings are getting more upscale. The materials of the clothes on everybody is getting more upscale and expensive. And Steven is just kind of sitting across from you all. So you're not the heroes of the Rusty Sword that saved Millfield?
Can I roll an insight to see if he said that in like I'm kind of disappointed or I'm trying to catch you out?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to use this little point of inspiration I randomly have on my sheet.
Go ahead.
19.
Yeah, it definitely feels like disappointment, almost like he was hopeful when he found you and is still holding out hope that you're just being cautious or something. And he's you know what I mean? Like a kid that's looking to meet a football player for the first time. It's like, are you Tom Brady? No, kid, I'm just Steve from Boston. That kind of a thing. My name's Tim Brady.
I'm going to give a glance to my companions. Like do we trust them? Look.
I'm gonna give a slight shrug. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna give a slight shrug.
As I take a bite of one of the mushrooms.
I guess.
Why do you ask, sir? Oh, sorry.
Nope, go ahead.
I said, why do you ask, sir?
Because we have an issue in the city that is a bit of a problem. And we heard that the heroes of the Rusty Sword saved Millfield from the Ironclad Legion, which is impressive. That is not, we didn't even march out to Millfield to save it. We thought that the city was lost and accepted the loss out of our kingdom and let it go. And they mustered enough forces to liberate the city. And we figured that the kinds of people that could do that might be helpful in this situation. But it's an extremely sensitive issue. And yeah, if you're not them, don't worry about it. We will let you go. We just need to figure out why this one over here seems to believe that you are them. And once we sort that out, we will get you back out and you'll be free to go.
I just look at Ritz and I kind of shrug again. I don't know. I don't say that out loud, but my shrug is very clearly, I have no clue whether to trust him or not.
I'm going to look at him and say, I'm sure you can understand that if we were them, it's not the kind of thing we can just go bragging about right about now.
I don't understand. Why wouldn't they brag about such amazing heroics within our country? Surely they're patriots.
Nobody sees it that way. I've heard some people say they were cowards who hid.
Who said that?
Just some rumors I heard.
Oh, well, they struck a blow to our enemies, and that is all that I care about. Anything that makes Valoria bleed a little bit is good in my book.
I go for it. I stand up, throw my hood back, and let my cape bellow.
Are you a goblin?
It's a goblin.
That's right. Take it in. It is me, Ritz.
Good observation skills, bud.
Wait, Ritz Silver?
My cloak is just bellowing away.
No, Ritz is a gnome.
Huh?
How did you Are you
I look very saddened about this now.
Everybody knows Ritz is a gnome. A goodly gnome.
disguise.
Him and his brother Bramblespore.
No. It was like a disguise I had to wear to infiltrate and stuff. I'm really a goblin.
You disguised yourself as a goblin? That's impressive. Nobody would ever think that a goblin would be a good guy. I guess that's genius. That's how you infiltrated the Ironclad Legion as a goblin?
I kind of I look at Ritz and am I close enough to like tap him?
Yeah.
All right, so I kind of tap Ritz and I just like shake my head slightly at him. Just go.
I take a seat and like, yeah. Either way, it's us.
Well then, that must make you actually the Bramblespore then. And he says with like a sly, like, oh, you look at Bramblespore.
I mean, I am definitely not the Bramblespore that defeated Horatio Bartholomew Montgomery the First,
The first?
or the third, or the second, or whatever number they've got going after them now.
Man, I was about to say, Horatio Bartholomew Montgomery the First is I thought he never left Valoria. That would have been impressive. And you, that must make you, one of them too.
That's right.
I'm trying to remember everybody's name. I know there was a Sal, there was a tiefling named Wren, there was
I giggle
Ritz.
a little bit.
Ritz, and then he does air quotes, goblin. There was the Bramblespore, and then there was, Tyra. That's it, Tyra, right?
That's the one.
Ah, Tyra, that's amazing. It's so good to see you. I hear your skills with a bow are legendary.
Oh yeah, Tyra's great with a bow.
There's room for improvement.
All right. Well, we're almost at the castle. I guess, is the woman that's attached to you with you? Or should we get rid of her before we start discussing the matter?
No, she's a friend of ours.
And he takes his hand off as you say that, he takes his hand off of the handle that would have opened the carriage while it was moving. Okay. Would you like me to undo this rope for you? And he pulls out a knife.
Out of character, we still can't see her, right?
Nope, you cannot see her.
It's fine.
Okay. Whatever you want. So, may I tell you the issue that we have?
Please.
All right. This is very sensitive. Can you promise to keep it between us? We don't want this getting out to the commoners.
Of course.
All right. As you may know, House Elvendar has ruled Eldred for hundreds of years. We have a king, a queen, a royal prince, and the queen's daughter from her previous marriage. And she's a little bit of a black swan, or black sheep, if you would. And she's gotten herself into a little bit of a pickle where she may or may not have been cursed. But she's not able to tell us how she was cursed or how to remove the curse. And she may or may not go on killing sprees every once in a while.
Oh.
Is she a swan or a sheep?
Well, neither at the moment. At the moment, she's kind of like a wolf, but not really a normal wolf. You might say she's a little bit, just a tiny bit of a werewolf.
Just a little bit of one.
A tiny bit of one.
Yeah, just a little bit of werewolf. But for whatever reason, unlike normal werewolf curses,
like a werepuppy?
No, she's still got all the murderous stuff, but also doesn't change back.
So how do you want us to help?
Well, we'd like to figure out why, who, and how to undo.
Can she talk in her wolf form at all?
Define talk. She communicates, but not in a language we understand. It's more a series of grunts, growls, and gnashing of teeth. And we try and lock her up, and every once in a while she gets loose.
Does this have anything to do with bodies of the carts down outside the tavern?
So you saw that? It's out there enough for you to know that already?
I mean,
I mean, they did make it visible when everyone was coming in through the gate.
It is tangentially related. There is some relation between the two. Just a little bit.
all right. Well, what's her name? The daughter's name?
Ask me that. You would absolutely ask me that.
The nerve of you asking.
Of course I'm gonna ask that,
Asking for the name of the character we're supposed to be interacting with.
right?
Listen,
How dare you?
this is rude. Things I did not prepare. The name would be Ilara.
Okay. Well, can we? I guess.
How do you not know this already?
Uh,
She's a member of the royal family.
I'm a little out of touch. Sometimes. I kind of look at Ritz and like raise an eyebrow to say, "Are we gonna take this? Are we gonna do this?"
I guess we should help. Fuck.
The Bramblespore and Ritz the gnome would never pass up an opportunity to help.
And he's gonna look at you, Lyra, and go, "What about you, Tyra?"
Steven looks at me and says that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My pals are in. I'm in. I'm not going anywhere without them.
Oh, goody.
So I guess first things first, should we go meet Ilara, guys? I mean,
Of course. We will take you right there.
I was talking to Bramblespore and Ritz here.
Oh, I assumed I would be part of your crew and get to work alongside you and have some fun in your hijinks,
course.
potentially, maybe.
Do you have any qualifications? What's your name again?
I do have one, and he snaps his fingers, and you see a little bit of magic pour out of his hand, and a little ethereal koala pops up on his shoulder.
What's your koala's name?
Bob.
Hi, Bob.
That is
And
my
what was your name again, young man?
Steven.
Billy.
You're Billy? I thought you were Ritz.
Yeah, I'm Ritz. You shall be Billy now. You're a probationary member.
Is this like a code name?
Yes, Billy.
Billy,
That's awesome.
what's your koala's name?
Bob.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
heard
right.
that.
I'm sorry, you just said that. Bob.
He's my, and he's gonna get real close to Ritz. Qualification.
I look and I'm like, you jokester, you.
Bob meet Bandit. Bandit meet Bob. And I point to my ferret on my shoulder.
You see Bob like look very slowly, lift an arm, just kind of like, and then put the arm back down and go back to eating what seemed to be ethereal looking leaves.
Well,
Bob's
Billy,
kind of
welcome to the
useless.
Okay.
Thanks. So, we are about to get into the castle, and just so you're aware, the king and queen are both staying with Princess Ilara, and the queen is a little bit emotional right now, so please don't poke the bear. The king is also a little bit out of sorts, and we're not sure whether he's had any sleep recently. But just be aware.
What kind of animal is he?
What?
Well, if the princess is a wolf and the queen is a bear, what animal is the king?
No, I think you misunderstood. They're all elves. They're all the royal family. The princess is not supposed to be a wolf. The queen is very bear-ish, but she is not a bear.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Also, please don't call her a bear to her face. That might end poorly.
I would never call an elf a bear.
Anyway, we're here, and the carriage like screeches to a halt, and you all kind of get jostled forward, and he throws open the door and jumps out.
I jump out after him.
As you jump out, you see a line of what appear to be knights, and a bunch of people behind them with trumpets, and a long carpet leading from the carriage into the front door of the castle. And as everybody else gets out, you hear... Oh, go ahead.
Quick question. So when I jump out, how long am I dangling before duty lets me actually touch the ground?
Not at all. As you jump out, she's jumping out right behind you.
Okay.
Or at least that's what it seems like. And once everybody's out, you just hear Steven/Billy go, "Introducing the heroes of the rusty sword and saviors of Millfield. the bane of the ironclad legion. And you hear the trumpets go off as the knights all stand at attention. And he gestures and he kind of bows a little bit at all of you and gestures you to move forward and head inside.
I really shrink from this. I do not like being announced. I kind of I pull my hood up over my head and kind of look down and slink my way in.
I do the opposite. I show my face, my cloak billows, and I puff my chest out.
The second you do that, you see two maiden serving wenches that are kind of peeking their head over the knight's shoulders. Two of them faint.
Yeah, and I just strut.
I follow behind him, tossing mushrooms to, everyone.
Can we not drug the
standing
entire
around.
crowd?
He didn't say these were good mushrooms. They're mushrooms off his vest. They're different.
He didn't say they weren't bad ones.
No, well,
These ones are safe. I don't waste the good ones.
Okay, I feel better about that now then.
so you all get ushered in, and you kind of go through a series of hallways.
Whoa, Usher's here?
yeah. Anyway, you get led through a series of stairs and doorways and hallways and rooms until you come to what seems to be a locked door with 4 guards standing outside as they look at Steven and look at you and look at Steven, nod and open the door after knocking twice. And you all step in to see what appears to be a small werewolf the size of a 6-year-old girl, but fully werewolfed out, but a 6-year-old sized body strung up with the arms attached to 2 sides of the room and the legs attached to the bottom of both sides of the room. So she's kind of hung out in the middle of the room, and what seems to be the king and queen sitting right on the ground next to her in chairs. My lord, my lady, found the adventurers from Millfield and thought that they might do better than the last few people that we hired to fix the problem, and that they might be able to get to the bottom of it.
Just out of curiosity, what happened to the last few people who tried to help you?
As you say that, the queen stands up. Speak when spoken to. And she puts a hand up, kind of almost in your face as she walks up to you. Stephen, who are these pores that you've brought into my house? I'm sorry, ma'am. I just told you that they were... Are you telling me that you've already told me, or you think I can't hear? No, I would like to solve the problem for Princess Alara, and I thought that maybe these heroes... And she looks at all of you. You think that you're heroes? I'm now speaking to you. You can respond.
We didn't call ourselves heroes, ma'am. I mean, Your Highness.
The people did.
Were they blind?
Some
Are
of them.
you?
Excuse me. You're going to see Steven look back at you guys like, for the love of God, please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't.
Your Highness, do we have to be... What do heroes look like? What do you think heroes look like?
Not covered in rags. This one looks heroic if he weren't a goblin. And she points over to Ritz. This one is covered in dirt and fungus. Everything about that screams not heroic. You. And and she looks back to the king. And the king, if you all happen to look when she does, looks terrible. He is pale. His eyes are sunken in. He's barely responsive. It'd be like if you watched the debate from the other night, if he had the energy of a Joe Biden.
Your Highness, we're only here to help.
Fine. What can it hurt? We've already gone through so many trying to figure it out. What's another few bodies? Get
How many
them
bodies
dressed.
again?
Get them dressed, and then I will let them speak to Alara. And she waves her hand and turns around and walks away without answering your question.
I'm gonna look at Billy. Billy, we're not feeling like welcomed heroes here. Should we really even bother with this?
I promise. The queen is just under a lot of stress and worried about her daughter. Follow me. We will outfit you. You will in the finest fineries, and we'll come back. We will let you see Alara and begin your investigation. I promise it'll be okay, and it'll all be worth it. We will absolutely make it worth it.
I mean, if the queen doesn't want us here, we can leave.
No. The queen doesn't know what she wants. She's just emotional. I promise the rest
I'm
of the
sorry.
royal family does want you here. Please don't let one person ruin it for Alara. Alara deserves help. Don't let her mother's disdain punish a little girl.
Oh, Billy, are you presuming to think that you know more and that you know better than the queen?
And his face is gonna contort for a second and go, "Eh,"
Bramblespore, don't give him an aneurysm.
and he drops his head and he goes, "No, you're right. I will take you out. I will escort you out of the castle. Don't worry. I'll find others, I guess." And he starts walking towards the front.
Oh, we
We'll
will
give it
help.
a chance.
You will?
Yes, Billy.
Awesome. Follow me. And he starts walking.
Follow.
Awesome. As you guys are walking through the castle, there are a lot of like servants, maids, housekeepers. They seem to step to the side as you walk through the hallways, and you can hear like hushed conversations about you all. It's another group of adventurers they find. Are they going to try and help the princess? What? The whole way down until you get brought into a room with racks of clothes.
Are they nice?
The clothes?
Yeah.
I can tell you they're not mean.
Ignoring that
Disadvantage on
comment.
your next. Disadvantage of his next roll.
Ignoring that comment, I look at Billy and I go, Billy, I'm keeping my cloak.
And Billy goes, I'm going to leave you with Master Tailor Aldrin Thistleweave. He will absolutely take care of you. Please have a seat.
I guess I go sit down wherever their chairs are.
There are like 7 chairs sitting in the center of the room in like a circle.
Interesting. Okay, I guess I go sit in one of those.
And there, after a little bit, what appears to be like a man in his 40s pops out. He's got lean, elegant, silver hair. Got tied back in a ponytail, and he's got kind of like streaks of red going through his hair. And he is impeccably dressed, like perfect fitting clothes, with a pair of scissors in a pocket on his vest and the tape measure hanging over his shoulder. And he walks in, and the first person he looks at is Bramblespore and goes, "Come with me, you." And he grabs Bramblespore and starts taking Bramblespore's vest off.
The vest stays.
No. We have to put you in a better vest.
But I need this vest.
You can have it when you're done. If I'm to understand, you are helping the queen and king with their daughter?
We are.
I am going to make sure that the queen doesn't even recognize you the next time she sees you. Trust in me.
But if she doesn't recognize us, how will she know that it's us?
Stephen will take care of that. My job is to make sure that there is no question that you are working on behalf of the royal family and that you are heroes. Come with me.
Okay.
He takes your vest off, and you begin basically one of those like you ever watch the 1990s makeover type movies where the ugly
makeover montage.
Yeah.
Mia Thermopolis.
The what?
Mia Thermopolis.
Who is that?
It's Princess Diaries. Come on.
Okay. Here's the problem. No,
Good movie.
No, we're not.
You get inspiration on your next roll.
No, here's the problem. You can't act like Anne Hathaway just because she had glasses was somehow ugly. That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
She had glasses and frizzy hair and like.
Oh my god.
What are the things you wear at night? Not a retainer, but like headgear.
Fine. Yes, that kind of thing. But I still have an asterisk next to that being a good one. But he's going to go through that with all 3 of you unless one of you puts up a real big fight.
I'm putting up a real big fight about my cloak. I am not letting him take my cloak.
Same.
Why not?
Because I am very attached to my cloak, and it was given to me by somebody that means a lot to me. It's sentimental.
I will keep it safe for you. It will stay right here. I'll press and clean it. You'll get it back when you're done.
No, I'm keeping my cloak.
How about you keep it on you, but you don't wear it? I'm sure you have a bag of some sort.
Do I have a bag of holding or something? I don't have a bag of holding.
But you have a bag, don't you?
I think I have the bag of holding.
Fine.
Okay, I want to put my vest in the bag.
I'm putting my cloak in my bag, I guess.
And he's gonna look at you, Ritz.
I just blink at him. I wore the clothes he wants me to wear. I'm wearing the clothes he gave me.
Why should I let you continue to wear that cloak? What does that do for you? Oh my god. That's perfect. Don't take that off.
I didn't plan on it.
And
I'm gonna look at him and say, on second thought, I think that this cloak goes very well with this outfit.
it does not. It clashes very hard.
It very does clash much. I wouldn't do it, Tara.
I thought her name was Tyra.
That's what I meant, Tyra.
Can I at least roll persuasion or something? Come on.
Go for it. But I need you to know that just because you roll persuasion doesn't make all of a sudden wearing like black shoes with a brown belt match.
24.
I understand your attachment to it. If you let me do a little bit of tailoring, I can make you a new outfit, cut that one up, and put it into a new outfit. If you let me just snippy snip a little bit of the cloak here and there.
No, you're
perfect
not
cloak.
touching the cloak. Fine. Cloak was.
It looks like you've gone through a fight in that cloak. I'm just saying, it is very dirty.
Heroes of Millfield. We did go through a fight in this cloak.
Okay, well then you can put the cloak off and look presentable for once in at least how since you've last looked presentable.
Fine. But in the back, and this is in my head, I'm thinking that this cloak is going back on when I'm out of his sight and out of the queen's sight, but it's in my bag for now.
Why so difficult? And you are all decked out. Like your outfits are worth more than the gold that you've made in the last year. Combined.
Are they still, I don't know what the right word is. Like, can we still move well in them? And do they hinder us at all?
You feel like you've got better range of movement in this. It's impressively well fit and perfect for you.
Fine.
And he claps his hands and goes, Steven?
Billy.
Who?
Nothing.
Steven, they're ready. And Billy Steven pops his head in, goes, oh, good. Follow me. Dinner is right this way. And if you're all following, he leads you down into a long dinner hall with a long table. And at it, the king and queen and a young man are sitting. And Steven points to a few chairs at the other end of the table, and they seem to have meats and cheeses and greens all laid out.
I go to sit in one of the chairs, even though I feel like I'm going to get yelled at for that. I go to sit in one of the chairs.
Perfect. Now, go ahead and eat, and then ask any questions that you have about the situation. After you're done eating, we will escort you out back into the main city, and hopefully you'll be able to figure out what the issue is and reverse it.
So when did this first
start?
Like, when did she turn into a werewolf?
We assume it was about a month ago. We came into her room, found her on the floor, and the room torn up, and we tied her up a few times and expected that she would turn back like most victims of lycanthropy do, and she didn't. And she's broken out a few times and gone on a little bit of a rampage in the city at night. But otherwise, we can't figure it out.
So I'm assuming you don't think this is a normal, werewolf bite situation going on? Did she have any bites on her that you could tell?
Not that we could tell, but I mean, she hasn't changed back, so any damage she has to her body now might have been sustained after she transformed. Go on, you're allowed to eat. I see none of you are touching your food. Please feel free to eat. It's freshly cooked bear.
Sure, I go for it. No.
Yeah.
I said I go for it. I eat it.
It is impeccably cooked. That's all. It's just good bear meat.
Are there any mushrooms or like pumpkins or squash or anything like that?
Well, there's spinach.
Okay, I'll have some of that.
But you're not going to eat the rest of the meal that was so carefully given to you by the royal family?
I'm an herbivore.
Yes, but it was a gift from His Highness and Her Highness, and I don't want them to get offended. Here, if you can slip it off your plate and hand it to me, I'll get rid of it. Do you have any more questions for me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Bramblespore.
No, go ahead.
Was the princess acting weird at all before she turned? Like, was there anything out of the ordinary she was doing or acting or whatever?
As you ask that, you're going to hear like a snort from the other end of the table as the queen and the prince, or what you assume is the prince, goes, weird or abnormal. That girl's whole life is weird and abnormal. She hasn't behaved for a full day since we arrived in this castle. And the prince is kind of going to look at you guys and be chuckling and then see you looking at him and kind of stiffen back up and stop laughing.
So if her norm is weird or abnormal, was she acting outside of that?
I don't know. I don't have time to deal with her. And this is the queen still.
She's your daughter, I thought. Sorry, I mean, Your Highness.
She is. But it's not my job. I am the queen. I cannot be raising an unruly child.
Since she turned, have you had her inspected by like a physician or a vet, or like checked for any magical curses?
We have had every druid that has ever come into our city. We have found them and brought them to her, and none of them have been able to solve the problem.
Now I'm connecting the dots.
What dots?
Nothing, Your Highness. I was talking to myself. Sorry.
That's very rude. I would expect better from the hero of Millfield, Taryn.
Hey. Okay. So I'm assuming none of these druids have found anything.
A few of them have come back and said that they thought they found something that might indicate what it is, but it needed further investigating, and it always led them into the front gate of the city. And then they would always not come back.
I say we check there first then.
Oddly, that's where I found you.
See, we're already ahead of them. We're alive.
Although, we don't want anything getting out about that you work for us, and that is how can I put this gently? That particular area of town is and then you hear, it's for the poors, dear. You can say it. Yes, Your Highness, like she says, that particular part of town is not very wealthy. We're gonna need you to change back into your old clothes so that you'll blend in down there.
I start changing.
Then what was the... Wait, Ritz, not now.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, it's the biggest goblin. I'm just.
How many goblins have you seen?
The queen is now, for some reason, just enamored and like staring down there. And it's the first time you've seen her even slightly smile. Like, go on.
I give her a wink.
None of that happened. None of that.
Oh no, it's canon now.
Oh yeah, I heard it. We all heard it. The queen likes me.
Unfortunately, the king is very upset about this.
Unless he's not.
You haven't seen the king move since you've been here.
Is he alive?
I don't know. He's far away unless you're asking for somebody to go check on him.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Is there anything of importance that you can think of that we need to know?
He's known for sneaking out, and he looks down at the queen and looks back at you, and she's known for commingling with commoners and those beneath her station. She liked to go out and spend a lot of time and make friends with the people down at the gate, and a lot of them didn't know she was the princess. She was and he kind of shrugs, and you see a slight smile on his face. Down to earth, very chill, very one of the people.
Would you describe her as attractive?
And he kind of stiffens up and like blushes for a second, looks back at the queen and goes, I mean, of course, she's the princess. Of course she's attractive. Of course.
I think to myself, she must be a real dog.
Does she?
Well, yeah, she's a wolf.
Did she? That was in his head. How did you hear that? What are you responding to?
No, that's me, the DM saying.
Oh, okay.
Telepathy.
Did she go by another name while she was mingling with the people?
And you almost see him look over his shoulder, kind of without moving. And he goes, and his eyes like almost blink repeatedly. No, of course not. She wouldn't dare she wouldn't give a false name. And he's blinking repeatedly.
Okay,
is there something wrong with your eyes there?
Nope, I'm just getting emotional thinking about our poor princess being hurt, I guess.
Yes, makes sense. Do you happen to have a name of the location she used to hang out at?
If I'm right, it was at the inn run by Karen Ironheart.
Well, I guess that's where we should start then.
But I'm not allowed there anymore.
Oh, what do you mean? You're allowed anywhere you'd like. And he's gonna hand you all
but I was
little
fired.
pieces of paper, because this will get you anywhere you want in the city. Just show it, and nobody will stop you. We'll also set you up with rooms in Karen Ironheart's bar and inn, for as long as it takes to solve this problem.
What does the piece of paper say?
It has a royal seal, seemingly pressed on it with a wax seal.
So I'm assuming this is to be used sparingly, if possible, so that people don't know we're working for the queen, according to what you said earlier.
I would think that it's probably a good idea to use it sparingly, or at the very least, if asked why you have it, say that you're friends with someone in the royal family, not that you're working for us.
Okay.
But please, help my cousin. She needs your help.
How does she feel about bards?
What?
How does she feel about bards? Just kind of spitballing stuff. You know, bards, werewolves might be a thing.
Bards and werewolves? I don't understand.
Just trust me on this. Has she ever mentioned any bards?
Not that I know of. I mean, there's some entertaining bards that come through the city all the time, and they go to the bars for coin, but nothing beyond passing entertainment at the tales they tell.
Okay, and I scribble stuff in a notebook I just happen to be holding.
Did she happen to mention any bards by name, perchance?
Not that I can remember, no.
And no mention of like a Leo or anything like that?
No, why?
Just spitballing ideas.
All right. Well, when you're ready to go, let me know, and we'll make sure you get down there in one piece.
Well, you did want us to change first, right?
Oh yes, please don't change in front of the queen again.
Well, that was my point. Can you bring us somewhere to change back into our old clothes?
Oh yes. And he brings you into an adjacent empty room.
I put the spare clothes in my bag of holding.
Same.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep the fancy clothes in the bag.
Okie dokie. So everybody changes back into their normal clothes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what do you do from there? You planning to go back down to the city walls? Or are you planning to try and sneak out and snoop around the castle? I'm gonna ask you to go somewhere else. You're gonna take a long rest here in this room. What's your plan?
Can we meet with the princess before we head out?
You can ask to if you'd like.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a good idea.
So
Or
you
a
go
really
out and
bad
ask
idea.
Steven?
Yes, Billy.
Let me go check with the queen. I'll be right back. And he steps back into the dining hall that you were all in. And after about 3 or 4 minutes, you hear yelling. And then he comes out with his head like kind of hanging. He goes, "No, I think it would be best if we leave." The queen says that she's tired and would like to not bother her daughter.
Are there a lot of guards?
There seem to be a decent amount, yeah.
I mean, the queen doesn't need to be bothered. You could just take us there yourself.
I dare not go against the queen's wishes.
So, Billy,
Yes.
you said you're the princess's cousin. How are you related?
This is complicated. We're not. I grew up on the streets, and she would come down and hang out with me and my sister, and I eventually got picked up, and I got a job in the near the castle, taking care of one of the king's brothers and his children, and took care of them and cleaned the house and worked my way up to butler. And his children died in war, and he couldn't take it, so he just started telling everybody I was his child, and the king and queen accepted that, and that's how it is. I am now his son. And he just kind of, the Jim look from The Office where he just kind of looks. That's the look he gives you, like and a shrug.
That's a sad story. Where's your sister?
She's still down there somewhere. I haven't spoken to her in years.
Oh,
I didn't even know that Alara was the princess until I got up here and found her.
she really is one of the people then.
Yeah, she used to come down, and we knew her as Elise.
But you said she didn't go by a different name.
I lied, okay?
You lied to the queen?
Of course I lied to the queen. I don't want the queen knowing what she does. If she knew her alias, she would put out word that Elise is not to be allowed out. And when then this all gets fixed, she wouldn't be allowed back out there, and she would hate me forever for ruining it for her.
Well, so is there any other information that you can tell us now that we're not in front of the king and queen?
And he looks around and goes, "Follow me. Let's get in the carriage, and we'll talk on the way."
Okay.
And he leads you to the carriage, and you guys start riding back, unless there's an issue with that.
No,
Nope.
that's fine.
I'm fine with that.
All right. So he says, my sister Lyra, we used to go down and play at the pond just outside the city gates. And one night we were there and a girl came crawling out of a sewer tunnel. And he thought that it was funny and we started throwing rocks at her. And she caught a rock and whipped it right back at my head and knocked me out cold. And I was Laura. And it was, ever since then we've been thick as thieves.
And what did Tara think about that?
Who?
Your sister.
Lyra? I just call her Tara.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
No, Lyra.
Pretty sure you said Tara.
No, why would I say Tara?
I stiffen at this story.
Oh,
I'm real
Billy.
confused.
Never mind, Billy. It's okay.
So, when was the last time you saw your sister?
It had to be about 7 years ago when I was chosen. And he's got like a sad look on his face, and then he immediately shakes it off and goes, "Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for everything that I have here. I don't want for anything. I just, I miss her a little bit. From the last time I talked to Laura, she told me Lyra was doing good, and that they still talk every once in a while, but that it was probably better for Lyra if I didn't go down and try and talk to her. I didn't want to get her in trouble or executed for mingling with those that she's not supposed to mingle with. And I'm pretty sure Lyra doesn't know that I am, or that Alara is who she is, even now."
Are you sure that that's actually Alora?
You mean the werewolf?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. What do you mean? She had the
said
princess's
that
clothes.
Okay.
She was found in the princess's room.
So it's a wolf that ate the princess.
Well, I feel like we would have figured that out if it was just a wolf. I'm not in on the details for how they figured it out or how they verified, but they said that it was definitely her, so I don't see why they would go through all the effort if it wasn't her. They'd just kill it and be on their way.
All right. Well, if you're sure.
And as you say that, the cart kind of pulls up and screeches to a stop, and he opens the door and says, "Okay, goodbye," and kicks you all out of the cart and rides off.
Billy, you're supposed to come with
I
us.
thought he was coming with us.
Yeah, I thought he was coming to hang out.
And he's riding back away. And you are now sitting outside of the bar that you were first brought into. And Billy/Steven has turned around and left in the cart that you came in.
I look at Ritz and Bramblespore and just kind of go, you don't think that, never mind.
That was
I
weird.
start turning towards the bar, tavern. Sorry.
I need a drink.
I'll take one too.
So what, do you guys go into the bar now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Anybody look suspicious around the bar? Can I do a perception check?
Go ahead.
We did just get out of a nice carriage. 22.
It's 22. Yeah, you see 3 people at a table kind of in the back corner of the room that seem to be a little bit shady. You see another person that's kind of hiding their face up at the bar, drinking a drink. And then you see what stands out as weird is what seems to be probably a young girl sitting by herself, early 20s, with her back to the wall facing the entire room. It just stands out to you a little bit, almost like she's casing the joint or watching everybody.
I'm gonna quietly just point out the few faces that I've noticed so far, so we keep an eye on them.
Okay. As you make your way further into the bar, you're just going to hear, "Oh, no, I told you you were fired. You tried to screw me with the mushrooms. Get out."
What are you talking about?
"Yeah, I spoke to you. I thought you told me you were firing him."
This is the first time I've been here.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Do I know you?
I bought beers earlier today for everybody because you fired him for being such a bad employee.
I subtly pull out
ma'am,
the
we
piece of
just
paper and
arrived
show it
here.
to her.
All of you are together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me show you to your rooms, I guess. Follow me.
Thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
sorry. Did you see someone that looked like me here earlier?
I must have. It couldn't be you. You're
Okay.
welcome here anytime.
Thank you. Yeah, I've heard
Please.
stories about, a gnome going around impersonating me.
Mm-hmm. Please don't tell them that I made you upset. Please.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, anytime, of course. You're very welcome. I love you. Goodbye.
What just happened?
The power of the royals just happened.
It's about who you know, not what you know here.
And as Karen's walking away, go, love you too, Karen.
But I didn't get your name.
My name is Karen. Karen
Nice to meet-
Ironheart.
Nice to meet you, Karen.
Nice to meet you too. And she's gonna head back downstairs and leave you in front of 2 open doors.
Just 2?
There's multiple beds in each room.
Oh, okay.
Now, what's funny is throughout all this, Bramblespore, I'm assuming you and Ritz are gonna room together, and Lyra's not going to room with the boys.
Yeah, that's the plan.
So if you guys are all going into your room, Ritz and Bramblespore go into their room, and Bramblespore, you feel a tug.
Oh, yeah.
What was
As
that?
the rope, like you see it wrapped out the door and going into the room. Lyra just walked in.
You may want
Back on the
to
rope.
You
you
what?
may want to tie it to Lyra. I don't think she wants to hang out with us.
Lyra, here, take this.
I guess I go back and take the end of the rope.
All right, the rope is now tied to Lyra's hand instead of Bramblespore's.
I don't like being tied down. We need to figure this out. Why can't we see Duty?
Are we
It's a
entirely
ghost duty.
certain that it's Duty on the other end of the rope?
I don't know. That's what Reginald. Yeah, I think his name was Reginald. Said.
The dwarf that tried to frame me?
Yep.
He didn't
Yep.
frame you. He was just being honest when
Whatever
asked.
happened to Reginald? Where did he go?
He left because he was weirded out by the fact that you two said you couldn't see each other.
Oh, I thought he was with us.
Be
in the
arrested
carriage.
with us.
Huh?
I thought he was supposed to have been arrested with us
Yeah.
until we got everything figured out.
Nope. He had told Steven what was going on, and Steven was like, and then Steven stopped talking to him and talked to Duty. Duty said that she was attached to Bramblespore, and that's when he asked you, she says you're Bramblespore. You said you're Tim. Who are you? And you're like, nope, I'm Tim. And she said, nope, that's Bramblespore. And he said, this is confusing. Just arrest them. One of us just listened to the last episode hours ago.
Fair.
I rarely know this much about the previous session. This time I'm dead set. I know I'm right. But yeah, you are all in your rooms now, and it is 3 p.m.
That is way too early to go to bed.
I guess maybe I'll go into. I'll knock on the boys' door, the guy's door, whatever.
What's the password?
Good mushrooms.
Come on in.
Okay. Thanks. It's still early. Should we come up with some kind of plan?
Yeah, because I don't want to die like everybody else did.
Yeah.
I also don't want to die like everyone else did. I mean, we could try leaving.
I think that might be a bad idea. I feel bad for the girl. I feel like we should help her out.
Betcha she's been hanging out with Leo and just caught something.
All right. Who is Leo? I'm missing something here.
He was one of the folks in that band of bards who was helping us out. Rather, the leader?
Oh.
Yes, very strong possibility that he may have some kind of werewolf syndrome type of thing, and if they were hanging out, could have nipped it by accident or however the heck it works.
Well, that's a thought.
You're
Possibility.
as you say that. Never mind. Ignore me.
No, too late.
So I think that maybe we can try and look into that possibility while looking into some other things, because I don't know where Leo is at the moment to go ask him if he knows anything. I mean, should we ask around the tavern, see if anybody knows an Elise?
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Do some snooping. I'll go invisible and spy on who I can.
I want to go talk to that girl who was downstairs. She kind of looked like I do when I'm trying to stay hidden and checking out a place. Jim's currently not at his desk right now, but I go downstairs.
All right, and
Or
I turn
I ask if
invisible.
that's a good idea to you guys.
I say it is. I'll back you up.
All right. So I head downstairs.
Okay, so you go downstairs and you go into the bar.
No.
Why?
You look down and find a bag filled with gold, about 2,000 gold pieces.
That's why I said no.
I
Oh, you're
Go
back.
I'm
downstairs.
still going downstairs. And I wanna go talk to the girl. I wanna Is there any way can I walk up to the girl without her really noticing me?
Roll stealth.
Okay, 15.
You walk up and slide into the booth next to her, and she goes, "Yes."
I had a couple questions. I'm curious if you have some answers for me.
Information isn't free.
What can I do for you? What can we trade?
You got any skills that I might be able to put to use? I've got a couple things I need done around the city.
Like what?
It depends. What skills do you have?
Um,
I know you're okay at sneaking around, it seems, but are you able to get things you think in and out of the city that are precious cargo? Potentially, without asking too many questions?
yeah, that's a possibility.
All right. Those the 3 people that came in with you, the girl and the 2 guys, they with you and they willing to help with this?
I need to confer with them, but I need to know that I can get information from you first. I'm not going to do anything without knowing I have information.
All right. Why don't you bring them back down here and we'll ask me whatever you need to know.
All right, I'm going to go talk to Bramblespore and assume Ritz is nearby, I guess. And I can't see Judy except that she's tied to me, so I don't know where she is, but I know where the rope is leading, so she's somewhere near there. So I guess I only talked to Bramblespore. She might be able to. I'm not sure if she has information for us or not, but if she does, she wants help getting precious cargo in and out of the city. I think I could handle it. Are you guys okay with this, or should I move on to somebody else?
I mean, if that's what you want to do, I'm fine with that.
I can trail you out, Bramblespore. I don't know if we should really let her go by herself. Maybe you shift into an animal, because who knows who this person really is she's talking to.
I mean, from my understanding, it's kind of a dangerous thing to do in the city.
We'll back you. Don't worry, we'll be close by.
All right. I guess I go sit down next to her. So let's start off with what's your name, or what can I call you?
Call me L.
L. So my friends are okay with potentially making a trade here, but we need to know that we can get you have the right information for us first.
Okay. What do you need to know?
Do you know anybody by the name of Elise?
And when you were talking to her, she was like fiddling with something in her hands. And you said Elise, and the fiddling stopped, and she like side-eyed you and then looked at you, but the fiddling has completely stopped. And she goes, I might. Who wants to know?
Friends of hers.
And you're her friends?
We're friends of friends.
Friends of friends.
A friend of hers is asking us to help. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bram.
Do you know anyone named what was it, Lyra?
Did you come down normally, or did you wild shape?
Oh, normally.
Okay. Again, I might.
Listen, a friend of Elise's is concerned about her, and we are just trying to help.
Which friend?
Steven.
Steven who?
I'm not sure of his last name that he goes by down here. I think Steven Elvendar? Sorry. No, that can't be right.
So a member of the royal family?
No, I'm mistaken.
I don't know how many people in the royal family have friends down here. But would you do if I told you I knew where to find them?
We just have some questions.
Okay, go ahead and give me the questions. I might be able to pass them along.
Do they have any information about Elise's whereabouts about a month ago? I'm assuming she's disappeared recently. So about a month ago, before she likely disappeared?
You'll see actually, everybody give me a perception check. That's there. Everybody that's there.
20.
Natural 20.
19.
All right, you all, when you hear Lyra go, I assume she disappeared about a month ago. You see almost like a sigh of relief kind of come out of Elle's chest as she goes, yep, she disappeared about a month ago. What about it?
We're trying to find more information about that.
And if you found out, what would you do?
Do our best to help her.
Are you the goody two-shoes type?
We're friends of her friend.
Do you have loyalty to her family up there?
We have loyalty to
Where?
Elise.
Huh?
Up where?
And you see a little look of panic on her face.
We have loyalty to Elise and Elise only.
All right, well, Maybe I can get you what you need, but you got to help me first. Tonight, when the sun goes down, I'm going to need your help getting something outside the city gates. You help me do that? I can get you in touch with who you want to talk to.
All right, I'm in. Well, wait, I take that back. First, I look at Bramblespore and I kind of raise an eyebrow to, like, asking, "Are we in?" You back me, still.
I guess.
Does not sound very confident.
I mean, she hasn't offered us much information as payment so far, or even a guarantee of information if we do this.
No. Elle, can you give us something in the meantime to make us feel a little bit better about this, that you actually have information for us? Or can get us in touch with the right people?
Sure. L is sharp for Lyra. And then she gets up and starts walking away.
Interesting.
I follow her for a bit.
Okay, I'm going to need you. You're trying to, like, investigate her.
No, I'm trying to quiet. Actually, yes, I'd rather investigate her.
Give me 2 investigation rolls.
10 and 14.
Okay. Give me a moment. What's I'm going to do? Okay. All right. So you follow her outside the room or outside the bar, and you see her take a turn to the left as she leaves and turn down an alley. And you follow her down the alley, and you don't see her when you turn down the alley, but you see footsteps that go about halfway down the alley and then disappear, and you lose her trail.
Ah, she's pretty good.
You're going to
I
feel
go
a
back to my
tap on your
friends.
shoulder.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm going to feel a tap on your shoulder.
No, I don't.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You do.
I turn around and look.
Even when you're invisible, you still leave footprints in the dirt. Just a warning if you're going to try following somebody.
I walk away. Don't say anything, I just walk away.
All right, see if I help you and your stupid friends. And she walks away.
See you later. It's rude that you called us stupid. So yeah, I just go back to the bar and see my friends and become visible.
Ah, where did you come from?
Parents.
Did you get anything useful from following her?
Yeah, I gotta
Wait,
make
I don't
sure.
know that. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, so I followed her for a bit, but I forgot about the footprint thing.
Oh.
I'm guessing by that remark that she didn't.
Nah, she kind of noticed a bit.
And how did that go?
Meh, she seemed about it. We really gonna trust her?
I don't trust her.
I don't know. Based on her body language, I feel like she has some kind of information for us. And if her name is actually Lyra, she might be Steven's sister. Whatever. You know what I meant to say. Sorry, you guys couldn't hear that, but he said Steven's brother.
Listen, she's gender fluid.
She is not a snake.
We don't know that for sure.
Unless you, I mean, this is the only thing I could think of. If you guys have other ideas, I'm all ears. I don't know where else to go from here, though.
You can give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen?
Well, there's a lot that could happen, but all right. Maybe we should go try and find her again.
She did say that if you were going to help her with her request, you can meet her outside after it gets dark.
Okay.
So you can either wait until dark and go do that, or go out and try and look for her before it gets dark.
I'll wait till dark.
Or keep investigating outside of her. That's also an option.
We could poke around, talk to a few more people, maybe.
Okay. Who do you talk to?
Who else was around again?
The people at the bar. There was a couple of like shady looking dudes. But that was about
Are they
it.
slim?
They are a little bit shady and slim, yes. But you don't know which one's the real one.
And
You'd have to ask him to stand up.
And I don't think you want to fuck with them.
Maybe I do.
One of them immediately stands up and goes crazy and goes and runs out the bar.
I'll go
He
talk
just
to the other
loses
one.
it. What can I help you with?
I'm just looking for a friend of mine. What was it?
They're
Tara?
locked in my basement.
That one wasn't bad. What's the princess's alter name? Her secret name?
Oh, it's Marshall. I'm just kidding. Who were you looking for again?
Shit, I forgot the princess's alter ego.
You would remember that is Elise.
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 I would say I'm looking for Elise.
Oh, she usually hangs out in here. Saw her earlier today, I thought.
Earlier today?
Yeah. She used
Oh,
to come
darn.
down here a lot, and she hasn't been down here in a long time, though.
Anybody in particular she usually hangs out with?
Oh, yeah, Lyra. Years ago, it used to be Lyra and her brother before her brother disappeared.
What was
Poor
her brother's
boy.
name? I think I know him.
Steven.
Steven.
Common thought is that he went missing. He snuck outside the walls like those stupid 3 kids used to do, and he probably got himself into some trouble eaten by a bear or something stupid.
You guys have a lot of bears around here, don't you?
Well, I mean, the Druidic Order likes to hang around and keep all the wildlife, alive. So yeah, that's why we stay inside the walls and why we don't leave the walls open at night. Otherwise, them and the one head druid, he comes in and he steals all of our food, and it's annoying. He tries to feed the bears, and I get it. You like the animals, but that's our food. The bears don't get it. They can go hunt for their food. Go away, damn hippies.
Yeah, true. You think you would not feed the bears. That's most common sense thing.
Right? Like I don't have anything against the bears normally, but like don't bring them into the city, you dipsticks.
That does seem on the dangerous side.
Yup. So about your friend over there,
Which friend?
the cute one.
His name is Bramblespore.
You want to share some of them mushrooms with me?
Possibly, maybe. Might be able to do that.
Yeah, I know some people that'd be real interested in someone like him.
What kind of mushrooms you looking for?
Oh, don't you worry, mushroom boy. I got some plans for you. You sticking around town for a few days?
I mean, not if I can help it, but it's
Why
looking
don't-
like that might be the plan.
One of these nights, why don't you you come on over to the club? We'll get real acquainted like.
What club is that?
Oh, just ask around. They'll point you in the way.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he like slaps the side of your face, says, "I'll see you soon," and then leaves.
Look at that, you made a friend.
I'll miss you.
Yeah, you will. And then he continues leaving.
So we're at the bar, right?
Yep.
Cool. I would like to order a drink.
You walk up to the bar, and Karen turns around, and she looks angry for a second, sees you. A look of realization crosses her face, and she goes, "Yeah, what can I get you, sir?"
Hi, Karen, was it?
Yes.
Hi, again, pleasure to meet you. I would just like to order a round of drinks for me and my friends.
Absolutely. What do you want? It's on the house.
Do you have any pumpkin juice?
Of course, I will get you. How many pumpkin juices would you prefer?
One for me, and then an ale for each of my friends.
How many pumpkin juices was that?
Just the one.
Okay, I will bring you one and then an ale for each of your friends. And she kind of bows a little bit and then shuffles off awkwardly into the back, and then comes running out with 2 pumpkin juices and says, "I got you one for now and one for later, so that there's never a time where you have an empty glass. Please let me know if I can do anything else for you."
Oh, why? Thank you, ma'am. The service here is amazing.
You absolutely. You can count on that.
I put a gold on the counter for her.
She goes, No, your money's no good here," and pushes it back to you.
Please, ma'am, I insist.
No. It's okay. You are guests, and I appreciate you taking the time to spend your time here with us. And pushes it back to you again.
Okay, I mean, if you insist.
Of course,
thank you.
sir. You're very welcome, sir.
I will have to make sure to let people know how amazing the service is here.
Do not worry about it, sir. That's all I can do is be a gracious host.
Well, thank you. I give one of the ales to Ritz and one to Lyra.
Toast.
Toast.
Somebody's gonna come up next to you and go, "How the hell did you get her to serve you like that? Can you get me a drink?"
Do you like pumpkin juice?
Not really. No, I like whiskey.
Well, I mean, she seems very nice, so I'm sure if you ask her, she'll get you one.
The last time I asked her, she flipped me off and told me to go fuck myself.
Oh, maybe she was having a bad day.
Yeah, why don't you ask her for me?
That doesn't sound like the Karen that I know. What is your name?
Bob.
Like the koala?
What koala?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
You don't know Bob the koala?
No,
But he's got all the right qualifications.
but I don't get that joke though. So you getting me a whiskey or not?
Sure. Karen?
Yes, sir.
This guy, Bob, is it?
Is he bothering you? I can throw him out right now if he's bothering you. Bob, you son of a bitch, you do not bother these people. They are good people. Get the fuck out of my bar. What?
He was just wondering if he could get a drink.
Are you asking me to get him a drink?
No, I was just letting you know that he wanted a drink.
Do you care if he gets a drink?
I mean, that's none of my concern either way.
Would you be happy if he had a drink or upset if I told him no?
I
Is he
mean,
a friend of yours? Are you friends with him right now? And she looks kind of panicked.
I mean, not at the moment. After sharing a drink with him, possibly, we'll see. I don't know.
Okay, I will go get him a drink. I will be right back. And she goes and runs to the back and comes out with her hand shaking and puts a drink in front of his and goes, "There you go, Bob. You get your drink." And she walks away. And Bob goes, "Holy shit. That was awesome. We need to hang out more. I don't know what the fuck you did, but damn."
I just asked.
Yeah, I've been asking forever. I mean, I owe her a shit ton of money and haven't paid my tab in a few weeks, but she just served me because you said to. That was, what's your name?
Oh, I'm Bramblespore.
Bramblespore, man. I'm going to make sure everybody knows about you. I don't know what kind of magic you got going on, but everybody in this town is going to know how much power you have.
Oh,
no,
I
we can't.
I don't have any magic.
And he goes, you know what I mean. And he goes walking out.
I am so confused.
Well, I guess you're not laying low anymore.
People in this town are so weird. Oh well. And I continue drinking my pumpkin juice.
So you guys hang out there drinking until it gets dark, or are you doing anything else?
I guess I drink till it gets dark. Slowly, I sip my drink till it gets dark.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I chill and hang out with my friends.
Samesies.
So you guys drink for a few hours, and it is now dark and probably the equivalent of 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And Lyra, you see kind of a figure outside a window, just kind of standing there.
I think Elle is here for us if we're ready to go.
All right. I still don't trust her, but okay.
But you trust Bob.
The koala? Of course.
Why would you not trust a koala?
I'm not. I mean, but you know what? Okay, good point. Let's go.
So you go outside, and Elle is standing there waiting for you and goes, "So are we doing this?"
Well,
You got the stuff?
I can get you the information you need once we get outside the walls.
so it's you we're getting outside the walls.
I will be going with you, yes.
Okay.
Got somebody waiting outside for what we've got, and we'll head on out. I just need a distraction. I know of a hole in the wall behind one of the guard posts that we could slip through if we get the guards looking somewhere else. I just need you to make a distraction so that I can get through.
Are you not simply allowed to just leave the city?
It's a little more complicated than that. You want information? I will get you what you need. You just gotta help get me outside the city. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
So, can I... Alright, so I talked to Bramblespore and Ritz, and I say, well, I have a tinderbox and some oil. Maybe if we lit the carriage of... this is going to sound real bad. But if we lit the carriage of bodies on fire, that would cause a distraction. And I think I could maybe sneak over there and do that and get back without being noticed. I'm open to ideas, though.
I'm pretty sure the carriage of bodies was moved usually before they open the gate every morning.
Oh.
So you would have to go and find wherever they're storing it.
I just assumed it was still out there. My bad.
Well, you're welcome to start setting fires elsewhere. I'm not here to yuck your yum here.
How many guards are out front that we have to get by?
There are about 12.
I am staring at Lyra, horrified. That's it. Her initial instinct was, let's burn a cart full of a bunch of bodies of druids.
Hey, be like that sometimes.
It do be like that.
They don't think it be like that sometimes.
But it do.
I think I need to change my profession.
I also apparently have a bag of 1,000 ball bearings. I don't know what we could do with that, but
In character, neither do I. Outside of character, I have so many ideas. All of them chaotic.
Let's see. Is there anything near the guards? Like, what's around the guards?
2 of them are up on the wall looking out. 2 of them are inside the wall on the ground looking inside. Then you've got a couple that are patrolling up and down the walls, like walking the perimeter inside and outside. So whatever you do would have to be big enough to get all of their attention and potentially be enough of a deal to get the outside ones to have to come in and potentially open the gate to get them in.
Okay, Elle, is there like a abandoned building nearby or something?
I mean, there's a couple buildings nearby that nobody would miss.
Maybe we could set one of those on fire?
Sure. And she pulls out a box of matches and starts walking over towards a building that's got a few lights on.
No, wait, there's lights on there. Are there people inside?
Well, yeah.
Well, then those people would be missed. Are there any I said abandoned.
Well, no, but if we light it on fire, they will probably abandon it.
No, no.
See what you started?
I started with dead bodies, okay?
Well, we can end with dead bodies. Whatever.
No.
How's this?
Do I
what?
have...
You know what? I have an idea. Follow me. And she starts heading, like, kind of sneakily over towards the guard post.
Okay, I guess I follow. I also have an idea, but...
So everybody's following her.
The idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys get probably within, like, a stone's throw of the guard post, and she jumps out into the light and says, follow me.
She jumps out into the light in front of where the guards can see?
Yep, for a second, and they all kind of perk up, but they don't move because it's people inside. They're not doing anything. Follow me. Come here.
I don't like this plan.
Come here. I've got an idea, but I need your help.
I guess we follow.
I follow.
Yes, I follow.
And she lights a match, throws it on the grass next to you guys, and goes, they stole the princess! And then she dips off into the darkness.
I knew I didn't like this idea.
And you're going to see the gate open. 12 guards come running out at you with swords drawn. And you see the figure of the girl, Elle, look at you as she slips out through the gate. And she kind of gives you a finger on her forehead, like a little salute, and dips out past the gate. And you now have 12 very angry guards staring at you, ready to attack. And you can either fight them, and we can roll for initiative for next session, or you can try and talk your way out of it. But they yell, you there, down on the ground.
Wait. I show them the paper.
What is that you have? It's dark. Lay down on the ground, or we'll be forced to attack.
We are working for the queen?
I lay down.
I make a break for it. Run!
Oh my god.
And they start chasing, so yeah. Next session, you will get to run / fight / lay down and deal with the guards of this town.
What the
city. And we'll
I
do
don't say
that
that
next
out
time.
loud, though.
You could have just let them know that we were working for the queen.
We're not supposed to tell them that.
Exactly. That's why I'm running.
We're not supposed to. Why run?
We need a distraction so she can get over there.
She's already out.
Did all 12 of them really come to us?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, we're gonna split them up and take them out.
God, you're not talking to us.
How about now?
Now you are.
How does it sound?
Fine. To me, at least.
Yeah, sounds like you. Now it doesn't.
How about now?
That's fine.
There you go.
Okay. Perfectly normal?
As normal as this gets, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my mic was being weird. But yeah, that's the end of that session.
I think we're gonna be okay.
Oh yeah, we're
You
gonna
do?
be fine.
I'm gonna do my best to talk us out of this. I don't know how, but I'm gonna do my best. I have like +6 persuasion, so I'm gonna try.
You'll figure it out, possibly.
We're on official business from the palace. What?
Oh my god! Sometimes Lyra wants to strangle Bramblespore. And Ritz, for that matter. Lyra feels like mom half the time.
It's fine. This is all part of the plan that we have.
I mean, sure, at some point we should probably discuss the plan with each other, but...
We just built up this kind of trust.
This entire time, you are dragging Duty Jench behind you
Oh yeah.
and dragging her into this. And instead of possibly solving the first problem, which is the invisible duty gens and co. You've been like, well, we're going to ignore this problem and we'll work on this new problem first.
So I thought about the duty judge problem when we did the room thing, and then they got distracted by the other problems.
I like that no one has mentioned anything about the fact that during all of this, I'm still carrying a broom with me.
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh,
I forgot about that.
so many things we've all forgotten.
Like, I've just been using this broom like a walking stick the whole time.
What's everybody looking for?
I'm looking for love in all the wrong places.
You
Same.
haven't come to my bedroom.
Wait, no.
Is that an invitation?
No.
Heather, we're gonna need you to disappear for about a day or so. Me, Jim, and Karen will talk about stuff.